Well, we as a federation certainly welcome this development by Lord Justice Girvan. He has made it very clear that the sentencing policy in relation to the murders of police officers have to be reviewed. That's something we've been saying for some time, and indeed I think it's unforgivable that in the context of Northern Ireland our officers are targeted for murder specifically simply because they're wearing a uniform, and the maximum penalty is 25 years imprisonment, whereas in England the sentence is 30 years, in the Republic of Ireland it's 40 years, and yet the murders of police officers can be incidental to a crime that's being committed, for example armed robbery. So this is an important intervention by Lord Justice Girvan, and we welcome that and we congratulate him on that. Insofar as the future is concerned, we would like to be a major stakeholder with other interested parties in developing a sentencing policy, not only in relation to the murders of police officers but also other categories of serious crime. And we believe the Department of Justice and the Justice Minister needs to intervene and deal with what are very significant concerns by our officers. I think in this particular case, in the murder of Stephen Carroll, a lot of our officers feel somewhat aggrieved and incensed that in the case of Mr. Wooden, he received a minimum of 14 years imprisonment, and it was because of the tariff policy that applies to those who are aged between 17 and 20. It's very clear that that policy needs to be urgently reviewed. It isn't commensurate with the gravity of the crime, and I think if he was old enough to do the crime and it was a heinous crime, then he's old enough to do the time. So in the case of Mr. Wooden, I think it's extremely important that he, irrespective of whether he's 17 or 47, is effectively subjected to the same ultimate minimum penalty. In our belief, that should be life, because life must mean life for the murder of a police officer.